Well, good afternoon, Kari.
Hi, Vicki. Thanks for having me today.
Yes, I'm so glad to talk to you. I mean, we go way back to when you were working with early childhood and working on that, 0 to 5-year-old playground down on Lakeside Park. We go quite a
Yes,
ways back.
we sure do. And here we are again talking about our little ones. It's so important. So I'm
Yes.
happy to be having this conversation again.
Yes. So we're gonna talk today a little bit about that child care initiative and talking about a survey that the group has put out. And we really need the community's input on that survey. So, we'll put up a link when we post this, but it's Ortonville Child, ortonvillechildcare.com. And so we're going to kind of go through that, but keep in the back of your mind, you need to go fill out that survey to really help with this process. But I wanted to talk to you today, Kari, because of course, your long history with the child care in Ortonville area, Big Stone County area. But I wanted you to kind of talk today about the importance of child care from a parent's perspective, and then also through your job at the Ortonville school, how that, has all been affected. If you could just kind of give me a little overview of that.
Sure. So personally, this was a challenge in our community finding childcare when my kids were little, and my kids are now 15 and 13. But it's certainly difficult to find childcare. We have so many wonderful childcare providers in our community. The downfall is there's just not enough of them. When my kids were little, I took them to two different daycares. One was a family childcare, and then my baby I didn't have childcare for, so I did twist a neighbor's arm to watch him for me so I could go to work. But these are the situations that families are in over and over. It's really stressful because our main goal as a parent is to keep our babies safe. And when we don't know who's going to take care of them or how we're going to go to work, it's really stressful. And that's a situation we don't want any families to have to be in. But over and over, this is the situation for families, not only in our community, but certainly across the state and across the country. So I'm really excited to be a part of this initiative, looking at what can we do for our community, for Ortonville. When we started this initiative, the Ortonville School did apply to be a part of this with First Children's Finance. So I think that was an exciting start. The Ortonville School has also started childcare in school, which is a new thing for us. And we're really excited to be able to offer that out for families alongside the wonderful family childcare providers that we have in our town.
Yes, and we wouldn't have this opportunity with First Child's Finance without the school applying for that. So thankful for that. There was some changes, so the EDA was asked to come in and help, and that's been good. But we're really focusing with this initiative on the Ortonville school district area since they applied. But we have some really strong advocates for childcare on this overall group. And they're all listed on the website that we'll have a link for, so you can see who's all involved on here. But one thing you didn't touch on was kind of your job at school. How have you seen the need for daycare through kind of your works window?
Sure. So I teach early childhood special ed. So I work with families with children birth through kindergarten. And I also coordinate our school readiness programs. So helping kids get into preschool. We do find a lot of families, have a hard time finding that, like, they need that half day. Families that have their children in preschool in the morning, they certainly need a place to go, that second half of the day. At school, we're also families also run into before and after school care that they're looking for, so their child can come to school. But if they work early or they work late, it's certainly difficult sometimes to find that before and after school care. And then to add an even more difficulty for families is if they work kind of non-traditional hours. So families that maybe work overnights or work, really early or work into the evening. These are really difficult. And we see that at school that these families are struggling to find childcare. So they're able to go to work.
Yep. It's been a challenge for a number of years, and it's good to see all the people working on this project right now in Ortonville. And it's going to be great to kind of hopefully come up with some solutions. We'll be working with the current child care providers, the overall community. And, again, that's why it's so important that businesses, parents, and providers all complete the survey that's on our website that really help us focus on, how can we be creative and be helpful to expand that infant to toddler especially, and then really support our current daycare providers. What does it look like to keep our current providers healthy, expand those slots, and really meet the needs of all of the parents and the children? So so glad to have you in this group. You've been such a long-term time promoter of, the early childhood group through the county, and great to see you continue. Even your kids are 13 and what did you say?
15
Yes.
already.
Yeah. So
yeah, I'm really happy to be a part of this. Such a rock solid team. It's fun to see people from so many different backgrounds that are coming together to really focus on this issue. So it's fun to be a part of the team. I'm really glad to be a part of it. And I'm thankful that we have some current family childcare providers on the team, because their voice is so important in this conversation of what we can do to support them, as well as continue to expand childcare for our community.
Yes. Well, thanks for sitting down with me today, and we will get this out. Hopefully those surveys will get filled out and the whole group can get busy on trying to come up with some solutions.
Yes, we're going to work hard at it. And yes, please fill out your surveys.
All right. Thank you.
So much, Vicki.
Thanks.